What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video because we have a lot to cover, but the main story from Spain, from Spanish journalists and news outlets, that finally Valencia and Liverpool have a verbal agreement in principle for the brilliant goalkeeper Mamardashvili. He will remain on loan at Valencia for this season, and in 2025 Liverpool will decide whether we loan him back to Valencia or we incorporate him into the squad, which means that Alisson still hasn't decided whether he will leave Liverpool at the end of this season or not. And that's good news, because at first when we were linked with Mamardashvili, everybody feared that Alisson will leave Liverpool 1 year from now, but that's not certain. And the transfer fee is a very generous 35 million euro base fee and a 10% sell-on clause. And I think first when Valencia heard that Liverpool want to take Mamardashvili, they wanted a very high price because they were losing their best goalkeeper, even though they signed another goalkeeper from Rayo Vallecano. And because Liverpool wanted to loan Mamardashvili out to Bournemouth, which was complicated because of Premier League rules, in the end Valencia lowered their asking price because we were willing to give Mamardashvili to them on loan for one more season. Previously, earlier yesterday, Super Deportes reported that there was an obstacle in this Mamardashvili deal because Liverpool agreed to treble the gross wages of Mamardashvili, but Valencia want to pay the majority of the wages to keep the player on loan, and Liverpool want the transfer fee divided over the years, but Valencia wanted 35 million euros up front. But I think so this report came yesterday and today in the early hours of the morning it was reported that Liverpool agreed a deal in principle with Valencia for the transfer of Mamardashvili. Fabrizio has reported as well that the agreement between Liverpool and Valencia for Mamardashvili is on the verge of being completed. There are still final steps needed on payment terms and deal structure, but the fee will be 35 million euros. There will be a 10% sell-on clause and he stays at Valencia for one more year. So he could be Arne Slot's first signing, but it's a little bit of an anticlimactic signing because it's a long-term signing. It's not a signing that strengthens the Liverpool squad right now. And a lot of Liverpool fans are very upset and very angry that still Liverpool haven't signed a player with just like 9 days left of the transfer window. But Liverpool signing Mamardashvili now to be the long-term successor to Alisson is very admirable long-term planning, long-term transfer strategy. Very good from a strategic point of view. Getting Mamardashvili now indicates that maybe the Liverpool management has gotten some kind of indication from Alisson that he wants to move on, maybe in 1 year, maybe in 2 years. I don't think we would get a long-term replacement otherwise, with Alisson's deal running until 2027. So Alisson has 3 years left on his contract, and we wouldn't sign Mamardashvili to play for Liverpool in 3 years. We won't keep loaning him out for 3 years. That would be absolutely crazy. And also, if Alisson wishes to maybe join another club in 1 or 2 years, I would fully respect his decision because he has been with us, won a lot of trophies with Liverpool, and I think Alisson deserves to leave Liverpool as an absolute legend. He's the best goalkeeper that Liverpool had since Ray Clemens. He was a legendary goalkeeper for Liverpool in the 70s and 80s as well. An earlier report by the Marca newspaper Mundo Deportivo has reported that Man United wanted to take advantage of this delay in the Mamardashvili transfer saga between Liverpool and Valencia, and because the negotiations were not moving forward, they stepped in the picture to sign him. But now the goalkeeper is closer than ever to joining Liverpool, as Liverpool raised their offer and Valencia dropped their transfer demands because Liverpool agreed to send Mamardashvili to Valencia back on loan for 1 more year, as well as Liverpool raising their offer. Probably Valencia proposed that deal to Liverpool. How about we take Mamardashvili on a 1 year loan and you increase your offer and then we will accept it. Probably Alisson will leave in 2026. Mamardashvili could spend the season on loan at Valencia and then he could come in as a number 2 goalkeeper for the 25-26 season before taking over Alisson as our first year's goalkeeper in 2026. Statistically, Mamardashvili was a better shot stopper than Kelleher last season. Kelleher played enough to have his stats sampled, and here you can see Mamardashvili is the blue area and Kelleher is the red area. So Mamardashvili's save percentage was a lot higher, crosses saved was a lot higher as well, but Mamardashvili's distribution is what's lacking, and that's my only fear with this transfer, that in 1 or 2 years Mamardashvili needs to improve a lot on his passing, long passes, short passes. So Kelleher is much better with much higher volume of passes and much higher defensive actions outside the box as well. So this is FPREF percentile data per 90 minutes compiled by Misgans, credit to him as well for this graphic. So this is a percentile comparison among top 5 European leagues goalkeepers for last season. And Mamardashvili saved a lot more shots than Kelleher, which means that he's a better goalkeeper, but Kelleher is a better passer of the ball. But I think the latter is more important. And here you can see goalkeepers ranked. On the left side you can see save percentage. On the bottom you can see post-shot expected goals conceded. So how many goals are they conceding from various threatening shots? And Mamardashvili is in a very good spot. As you can see, only 3 goalkeepers have a better post-shot XG, post-shot expected goals conceded metric. Only Donnarumma, Di Gregorio and Majecki has better numbers. And in terms of save percentage, he's pretty high as well on that metric. And the news broke yesterday that Liverpool have agreed a fee for the winger Harvey Blair with Portsmouth. He's closing in on a permanent exit for just £300,000, but he's 20 years old. He needs first team football, and there is no point really loaning him out because he won't make the Liverpool first team. He's just not that good. And Liverpool are also expecting Tyler Morton to leave on a permanent move before next Friday. And it's very risky if Liverpool sell all of their young players who show a lot of promise. But some of these young players have been on loan for a number of years, like Sepp van den Berg, Fabio Carvalho, Tyler Morton as well. There are other maybe younger players who want to break through from the youth academy, but loaning Bajcetic and selling Tyler Morton and not bringing in a replacement, a defensive midfielder, would be absolutely criminal from Liverpool. That would probably mean that Liverpool just accept top 4 and that's our target, which isn't good enough. I think Liverpool, with a brilliant defensive midfielder signing and maybe a centre-back signing as well, can challenge for the title. I'm pretty convinced of that because we have the firepower to do that. We have enough goals in our team to challenge for the title. We just need to shore up the defensive side of the pitch. Why can't we manage Bajcetic ourselves if we are not signing a midfielder? And at the moment, Liverpool aren't really linked with any defensive midfielders. I looked far and wide on the internet, but I haven't really seen anything about that. And these figures for Sepp van den Berg getting crazier and crazier every day, because now Sky Sports are reporting that Liverpool have agreed a 25 million base fee for Van den Berg plus 5 million in add-ons. So that means that Brentford are paying £30 million for Sepp van den Berg, who had basically one good season at Mainz, and that's it. The rest of his loan spells were pretty bad. And Liverpool are also listening to Leverkusen, because Leverkusen are also willing to agree to this deal, but they need to sell one centre-back first. So now it's up to Sepp van den Berg which club he chooses. And the Dutch side, PEC Zwolle, who we bought Van den Berg from, they are set to cash in a huge jackpot of around 4 to 5 million euros from this sale, because Zwolle has a 15% resale clause or sell-on clause inserted. And if he moves to a German team, that they will receive half of the player's training compensation and also funds from the international solidarity contribution, so that could net them another 1.5 million euros as well. And good on them, because if you sell one of your young players to a big club, you should benefit from his development further down the line. And according to a local source in Spain, La Liga side Celta Vigo are considering taking Bajcetic on loan for the season. It looks like Liverpool are prepared to sanction a loan for Bajcetic, who hasn't played a lot of football in the last 18 months because of a series of injuries, and Liverpool believe that Bajcetic's development would benefit from a loan spell because he wouldn't get much playing time at Liverpool. But it's a very risky strategy if Liverpool don't sign another defensive midfielders, because if we have just 1 or 2 injuries in the midfield area, then we will be down to the bare bones. Faro de Vigo, a Galician newspaper, is reporting that Celta Vigo are now considering taking Bajcetic on loan, but that move, of course, would depend on other factors. Celta Vigo must offload some of their own players before moving for Bajcetic. They must also agree to play him as a midfielder and not as a centre-back, because Liverpool want Bajcetic to develop his midfield skills. It could be an attractive option to Bajcetic, who would be returning to his hometown club where he began his career. He came through the Celta Vigo Youth Academy. He's left for Liverpool in 2020 when Liverpool paid just £225,000 to Celta Vigo for his signature. And Fabrizio Romano is saying that Liverpool are working on deals for the final days, but nothing is close yet. And I like it that Liverpool are keeping their cards close to their chest, but it's very frustrating from Liverpool fans, because we don't really know what kind of moves Liverpool are planning. And one thing that we have to keep in mind with all these youth players being sold is that the next generation of academy kids who are ready for opportunities like Rainer Young, Kieran Morrison, Keylor Figueroa, Kone Doherty, Amara Nalo, they are very talented, but I think they are not as good, of course, as the players that we are selling, and it's a risky strategy. The Liverpool under-21 team, of course, who played yesterday against PSV's under-21 side, they lost 4-0, and that's a pretty embarrassing result. But of course, none of the young players who are linked with a move either on loan or a permanent transfer away from Liverpool haven't featured in that game, so it was a pretty weakened lineup. Rio and Goma is going to be registered by the Premier League as well, but it's a lengthy process which takes a lot of weeks. And Liverpool absolutely need to sign some players, but getting more than 70 million from the sales of Carvalho, Vandenberg, Bobby Clark, and of course sell-on clauses inserted into Solanke, Luis Alberto's contracts, because none of these players will see many minutes this season for Liverpool. Even if Liverpool kept them, Carvalho, Vandenberg, Bobby Clark wouldn't have played a lot of football. So it's great timing to sell them when their stock is really high. But of course, what's even more important is what happens with the money that is coming in. What kind of transfer deals will Liverpool get? And today, Red Bull Salzburg finally officially confirmed the transfer of Bobby Clark from Liverpool. It's a £20 million package transfer fee, and Liverpool negotiated a 17.5% sell-on clause, and they have a matching rights agreement, which means they have first refusal. If Salzburg agree a deal to sell the midfielder, Liverpool can counter that deal and buy the midfielder instead for that same price. And Bobby Clark said that after an incredible 3 years at Liverpool, I've decided it's time for a new challenge. I've learned so much during my time at the club. I'm very thankful for the opportunities and experiences I've had. Thank you to everyone who supported me on this journey. And Expresso, an Ecuadorian news outlet, is reporting that Piero Hincapié will sit down with his representatives to make a decision on whether to stay at Bayer Leverkusen this season or to leave before the end of the window. Liverpool are interested in him, but not just Liverpool, Tottenham, Man United and Atletico Madrid. And Leverkusen would probably ask for a crazy transfer fee for any of their centre-backs. They want to sell a centre-back, either Hincapié or Kosunu or Tapsoba. All 4 centre-backs are for sale for various prices. And the reliable Philipp Heinze from Germany is reporting that there is still interest in Leipzig centre-back Simakan by Liverpool. Nothing concrete at the moment, but the player is open to a move and taking the next step. Here is his report. So Liverpool continue to have interest in Mo Simakan. It's not advanced or concrete, but Simakan is still on Liverpool's list. Simakan is not unhappy in Leipzig, however. He's open to the next step. There is generally a lot of interest from Europe, but no one with a concrete offer so far. I think Liverpool finalize these sales and then hopefully we will move in the transfer market to sign some players because it's desperately needed. Liverpool are down to just 19 outfield players, which is not ideal, I think, for the new season. And even there are whispers from Greece that Olympiacos would want to sign Tsimikas. According to this Greek journalist, Tsimikas does not seem to be in Arne Slot's plans at Liverpool, and a loan back to his former club makes sense. He requires game time, and Olympiacos is looking for another left back, but it's just a rumor and nothing concrete at the moment. I think if we sell Tsimikas, we should sign Ryan Ait-Nouri, who has been linked with Liverpool, the Wolves left back or flying left wing back, whatever you want to call his position. I think that would be a great transfer for Liverpool, selling Tsimikas for some money and signing Ait-Nouri from Wolves. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.